Alright, this is Brant from TradeGuild.blogspot.com. We were just looking at a short idea for TRX. Um, Now I don't know if this is going to be a short tomorrow. It looks like it's got a little bit more upside here. This is a 1 minute chart we're looking at, and you can see that although it's been just kind of going sideways here, it's now the indicator's moving up a little bit here on this 1 minute chart. So that suggests that there's possibly a little bit more upside, which is fine. It's not a big deal. Here's the tick chart. Same deal here. I think there's a little bit more upside here. Let's take a look at just the moving averages here. In blue, we have that 200-day moving average. In green, that 22-day moving average, and in yellow, a 50. So maybe it attempts to tag one of these moving averages, the 22 or maybe the 250 will probably be about at the same place at that time. Let's take a look here at an hourly chart. You know what? Let me just get rid of my indicator here, and we'll take a look at an hourly chart here. Okay, so I've found that gaps are really providing good support and good resistance, more so than just the standard trend lines. So we got a pretty good gap right in here at 1393, which kind of coincides with support and resistance there anyway. So I would think that maybe it runs up to that level, which I would guess is just about where the 50-day and 200-day moving average is going to be. So anyway, I don't know if it's a short right now, but keep an eye on it. I think it may develop into a pretty decent little short play. Next up is CAH, which is Cardinal Health. And this is a scan that actually I think Sensei Kato wrote. Sensei Kato also runs the Trade Guild TCNet Club. So if you're interested in participating over there, just catch him on the tag board and he'll hook you up. Anyway, this is one of his scans. It's a kiss of the 50-day moving average, which is in yellow there. So basically you're looking for a breakdown below the 50-day moving average like we saw right here. Bounce back up into it, and there's the short in that area. So these are a couple ideas that came off the scan, but we're going to go ahead and look at them with 3C and see what we can see here. That's a daily chart, and basically what I see is a divergence here because we have these higher levels, and the price is much higher over here. It just failed to make a new high. As a result, it's retreated off that. Let's take a look at an hourly chart. Here basically we're just seeing that the stock is in gear with the indicator, and when we look at the 5-minute chart, we can see the divergence that's starting to occur here in CAH. Here's the highs, it's in gear right there, and then as it retests these highs, we can see this indicator starting to melt down a little bit. If we take a look at a 1-minute chart, it looks like we might get a little bit of a bounce. So that's okay. All these things work together. We're looking at different time frames. And you can have a bullish time frame on one and a bearish on the other. It makes sense. If it rallies a little bit, sure, maybe I want to short it. Here's the tick. It's showing the same thing. It's gaining momentum. It's moving up. So I think maybe we get a little bit of a bounce. There's that 5-minute, still looks very bad. 10-minute looks very bad. 15 is pretty much in gear, reaching up a little bit. So, I think it's a possible short. Maybe it bounces up to that $72 level where that 50-day moving average is. So everything makes sense there. I would consider it a short around that 72. See what it looks like at that point. Let's take a look at MDVN, which is Medivation. This is a biotech. Again, there's that kiss of the 50 there. So it's run right up into that 50-day moving average. If we take a look at 3C, there's the daily chart, and we can see a little bit of weakness building in there. It pulled back a little bit off that, got back in gear. Here's the weakness again, pulled back off of that. And now we have this rally up. The indicator's heading down. Let's take a look at an hourly chart. Here's where we got the bounce. This is hourly. Here's April. Here's May over here. We saw weakness in here, weakness in here, weakness in here. Boom. Here's the bounce that we got. You see the indicator? That's positive divergence, moves up. Hourly chart doesn't look that bad, really, to tell you the truth. Half an hour chart, you can see it's starting to peel apart over here. There's the 15-minute chart. We're seeing the same thing. It's starting to peel apart in this area. 10-minute chart, same deal. 5-minute chart looks like maybe a little bounces on the way. I would say the 1-minute chart's pretty much in gear. And here's a tick chart that looks like a little pullback, you know, but this is in terms of seconds here. So ultimately, this is another situation where we can get a little bit more of a rally. I don't know how much more. I don't know that it would go to 20, but you know, maybe if it does go to 20, it's worth a look there for a possible short. So just want to keep on the radar. Next up is SEA, which is Star Maritime Acquisition Corporation. And what do we have going on here? I have a note here that this is a short. Let's see. Looks pretty good. A lot of volume in there. Actually, a lot of volume in here and not a lot of price movement in this area. So that's indicative of churning. So let's take a look at an hourly chart. And you know, it's just stalled out there. That doesn't really look bad. There's the nemesis there. There's that half-hour chart. You can see as it's making a little bit new highs or testing those highs, you know, the indicator's just moving down there on that half-hour chart. So the half-hour chart would be leading the 1-hour chart. And on a 5-minute chart here, you know, you can see the indicator starting to peel away to the downside. And here's a tick chart. Maybe a little bounce brewing here. And why I say that is here's the indicator moving up, moving up, moving up. Price is retesting lows. So maybe that's, you know, but that's in terms of seconds again. So this is a possible trade. I would say I wouldn't want to see it cross over that 1180 level probably on the close, or a little bit above that 1180 level. I certainly wouldn't consider that a short at that point. So this is really just a real speculative, quick short trade. This doesn't mean this stock is falling apart by any means. It doesn't look like that. It's just a possible quick short trade for people who are in front of the screen all day. Next up is a couple positions I'm in, and I know some of my readers on Trade Guild are in these. This is MGRM, just to give you a perspective of why I'm in these. Here's the daily 3C chart. It's pretty much in gear. It could turn positive divergent if this indicator turns up. If we look at the hourly, it's very, very positive in my opinion, because price has been heading down. This indicator's been heading up. I think pretty much every time frame is looking like that. There's the half hour. You can see price is heading down, the indicator's heading up. 15-minute chart, let me zoom out a little bit. Same thing. We've got 1, 2 divergences there. 10-minute chart, it's kind of in gear. 5-minute chart, divergences. Ooh, lots of them too. You can see because we have a divergence, that's not a trade signal. It's just telling us that it looks like somebody's accumulating shares, which is, you know, a positive thing. So MGRM, in my opinion, I think is going to move up shortly. Let's take a look at BPG real quick. I'm running out of time here. BPG, I warned this morning on the tag board, watch out, this one's going to pull back. Here it is yesterday, making these highs. The indicator was falling off. You can see it pulled back pretty sharply this morning, and the indicator's moved up since. So hopefully this is going to pull itself back together. I've got a pretty good position there. JDO real quick, because we're running out of time. This is another long I was in. It got decimated yesterday. I told everybody, look, there's positive divergences here. There's one right there. Boom, boom. And I held, and it was up, what, 17 or 18% today. Here's the 5-minute chart real quick. You can see everything's in gear. It looks pretty good. I'm holding JDO. Visit tradeguild.blogspot.com. Check out Telechart. We're an affiliate. We appreciate using our links. Thanks a lot for listening. Good night.